What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to do a little quick review on some grips. We're going to be talking about the Armanov 1911 grips. Before we do that, I want to mention my page supporters. Thank you guys very much for everything that you do. If you want to join on the Patreon page, all you got to do is go down and click the link in the description. Next to that link, there's going to be a link to a local homeless shelter names I would like to support. I'd really appreciate it if you click that link and donate to those kids. The Armanov 1911 grips. I was lukewarm on these when I initially got these. I was kind of excited about them, and when I got them and I felt them, I wasn't sure because it's just a little bit different than my traditional 1911 grips, which I've essentially been using since I was a kid. Change is always hard to deal with, but usually if you just go with it, it turns out pretty well. And in the case of the Armanov 1911 grips, that is exactly what happened. So if you look here, they look very unique and they look very cool, but they actually have a pretty unique purpose. As you can see, I'll turn them to the side here, and you will see that they have kind of a little bit of a valley there and a little bit of peak here, and they just look strange by comparison to your standard flat 1911 grips. They often remind me a little bit of CZ75 grips, especially a lot of the aluminum ones that are coming out lately. Coincidentally, Armanov actually makes grips for CZs as well, which I may have to look into at a later date considering how much I actually like these. Getting into these, you have to remember these are made to be extremely aggressive. I like aggressive grips, so I'm gonna be fairly positive in that category. However, you may not like these because they do feel fairly similar to a cheese grater in some instances. Like, they won't rip up your hands too bad, but you will notice you're grabbing them and it will lock your hand in for sure. I would imagine these were made for competition simply because they seem to function so well. So the reason why they are shaped like that is, if you can see, if I wrap my hand around the grip, I have a very wide palm swell here, and I like large grips. That's why I have the large on. You don't have to get them this big. They make mediums and large, I believe. But it helps fit your hand here, and it feels extremely ergonomic. And then you can see, even with my fingers, wrapping around right there, and there's that big old swell, which allows even more traction and more friction for you to apply your support hand right there. And it feels really good overall. It felt a little weird at first, but I'm telling you, it felt great when I was shooting it, and I feel like it did increase my splits just a little bit. Now, these are made of aircraft grade aluminum, and they do add a little bit of weight over your standard G10 grips. I think the total weight of these grips were something like 7 or 8 ounces. So if you figure your 1911 is 42 ounces before, it's going to be around 50 after, something like that. They come in blue, orange, red, gold, black, and several other colors as well. I was kind of struck by the blue, so I threw them on there, and I think they look really good on my Wilson Combat CQB. Overall, considering that they add a little bit of weight, which feels nice, especially in the rear, and helps maintain the snappiness of the gun, what little there is on a 9mm 1911, it still decreased it. On top of that, it's still easy for me to release my mag there if I need to because of the cutout. It's easy for me to get a better support hand grip, and it adds even more texture than the previous grips I had on. I gotta give these a solid A+, honestly. On top of all that, they're only about $65, so if you're actually interested in them, they cost about the same as your average 1911 grip. They look cool, they work great, and overall, I think they're more than worth the price that it costs to get these. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support your Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.